In the newly released 2026 U.S. News Undergraduate Business Rankings, UNC Kenan-Flagler is tied for number 8 in the nation. Many families still think of it as a top public university in North Carolina with a very strong business school. But students have to compete again in sophomore year to get into the business school. But now, that logic is being completely rewritten. UNC Kenan-Flagler has created a new assured enrollment business pathway for high school applicants. Simply put, when you apply to UNC, you now have the opportunity to secure a future spot in a business school in advance, instead of waiting until after enrollment to go through the highly competitive internal transfer process. But this point must be made very clear. This is not the same as Wharton's direct admit model, where students enter the business school immediately after high school. Students who receive assured enrollment will still spend their first year as UC undergraduates. Only after completing the required coursework can they officially enter Kenan-Flagler's undergraduate BSB program in the fall of sophomore year. The school refers to these students as Future Business Admits, or FBAs. For 2025, the program plans to admit about 200 students. For 2026, it plans to expand to as many as 400 students. In the future, a majority of business students may enter the program through this pathway. So how do you apply? You must apply to INSEE through early action, which means submitting your application by the 15th of October. In the Special Opportunities section of the Common App, you need to select Assured Enrollment to UNC Kenan-Flagler and list Business Administration as one of your top 3 academic interests. There is no extra essay and no separate application form, but that absolutely does not mean you can simply check a box and get in. The business school will review your entire UNC application holistically. It will focus on your high school academic performance, leadership, analytical and communication skills, extracurricular or work experience, community service, personal character, and genuine curiosity about business. So what type of student will be most competitive? Not the student who only says, I want to study finance and work in investment banking. The stronger applicant is someone who has already demonstrated business thinking through action. You might have built a campus project, tried entrepreneurship, done community service, managed a student organization, conducted market research, designed a product, or discovered and solved real problems through a family business, nonprofit organization, or actual work experience. UNC especially emphasizes responsibility, resilience, integrity, and positive impact on the community. This means your interest in business must be connected to your real growth experiences. After receiving FBA status, students cannot simply relax during freshman year. They must remain in good academic standing and complete calculus, statistics, economics, BC 100, and BC 200 during the first 2 semesters with a grade of C or better, not C-. BC 100 focuses on people, profit, and planet. In other words, how business can understand people, profit, and social responsibility. At the same time, BC 200 focuses on leadership, personal growth, innovation, and career exploration. After completing these requirements, students submit a simplified, non-competitive confirmation application and can officially enter the business core curriculum in the fall of sophomore year. The real strength of Kenan-Flagler is that it is not a business school that only teaches finance. The BSBA core curriculum covers accounting, finance, marketing, operations, business analytics, strategy, and management. Students can also use electives to go deeper into areas such as investment, banking, consulting, entrepreneurship, healthcare, real estate, and sustainability. At the same time, it preserves the flexibility of a typical American university. Business students can still pursue a second major, a minor, or interdisciplinary study in other schools and departments. The school also offers the STAR program, where students work in teams to solve real business problems for companies and nonprofit organizations. Kenan-Flagler provides more than 50 global learning programs, and its career services team becomes deeply involved starting in sophomore year, supporting internships, job searches, and interview preparation. In terms of career outcomes, Kenan-Flagler's undergraduate business program is also very strong. According to the school's published data for the class of 2025, the employment rate among job-seeking graduates was 99%, and the median salary for full-time graduates was $85,000. Finance and consulting were the leading career destinations. This also explains why a short enrollment is so worth paying attention to. It is not just about claiming a business school spot early. It allows students to enter a clear business curriculum, career exploration pathway, and peer community starting from freshman year. One final reminder, not receiving a short enrollment does not mean you have no chance at UNC's business school. After enrolling at UNC, students can still apply through the traditional intra-university transfer pathway. But for high school students who have a clear goal, strong academic ability, and the capacity to turn business interest into real action, applying for FBA during the early action round is absolutely one of the most important steps to consider when applying to UNC.